Issues facing China. For one, the Manchu dynasty fell and foreign powers tried taking control of Manchuria during the Russo-Japanese War, and China was exposed over the Sino-Japanese War. The Manchu government wanted wanted traditional values, while Japan wanted more Western values and methods. The Boxer Rebellion made the Manchu government pay more compensation, and China was becoming westernized after it. Sun Yat-sen was a major supporter of democracy, but the Xinhai Revolution spread, and most provinces declared themselves independent until Yuan Shikai gained control of the Beiyang army. But the KMT was formed, and Sun Yat-sen was elected as president. They established the Republic of China, but Sun Yat-sen had limited power. Both sides agreed that, and Yuan became the president of the new republic. Yuan became a military dictator after the KMT won the popular vote. Sun then fled to Japan and tried creating a rebellion, but he failed. He accepted the Yuan Shikai accepted the 21 demands, and some provinces were still against him. He declared himself an emperor, but it didn't work out, and he resigned and died shortly after. The warlords then gained power over all the provinces, and they fought the government for control. Uh, By 1915, China was completely split between the KMT, the warlords, and the Peking government. Reasons and impact of the May 4th movement. So, intellectuals argued that the only way to save China was to add and use Western values, adopt them. Students organized the Western culture, or no, students argued that the Western culture will help with industrialization in China. They gathered in the streets of Peking on May 4th, 1919. Wait, they first also formed the New Culture movement, but in May 4th, 1919, they gathered in the streets and they protested against the government and the 21 demands. The Paris Peace Conference accepted the views of China that they should have control of Shantung. They weren't able to enforce this though, and the warlords made a deal with Japan that gave them the rights to the land. Um, Historians argue that this started the restoration of China and helped shape political parties such as the KMT and the CCP. This reasons for the growth of the Kuomintang under Sun Yat-sen. The CCP was small at first, but then they gained the support of Soviet Russia. The Comintern wanted to use China as a way to spread communism. The CCP and the KMT then made a union. The KMT and the CCP helped each other develop in economic, political, and also military ways. Chiang and Sun Yat-sen, Chiang and Sun Yat-sen, yeah, they had different political views. So Sun wanted westernization, while Chiang preferred using more traditional values. Sun Sun wanted nationalism, democracy, and social and economic reform. And the KMT then gained popularity because they reflected nationalism. And Sun's views were similar to students. They promoted the end of the warlords and the idea of communism. The KMT still had little authority though, and there was little agreements between members. The Northern Expedition. The KMT needed to defeat the warlords to gain control, and so they defeated two warlords by the end of 1926 and had control of the south of the Yangtze River. It was closely planned with the help of Russia. The warlord armies were disorganized, and the KMT had the support of the citizens. The KMT split into two between Wang and Chiang in Wuhan and Diancheng because they're of their different political views. The KMT continued, and they were recognized as a legitimate government of China. Warlords and opposing views joined together to defeat the KMT, but the KMT won in the Central Plains War of 1930. The KMT then controlled the Imperial Japanese Army in the Jinan incident, which led to thousands of deaths.